Hey everybody, it's Rick starting over. Just taking a little break here, having some potato chips. These are, let's see, cheese and sour cream potato chips. Pretty good. Take a look at that. Yeah, nice looking potato chip, right? Kind of ridgy. Yeah, yeah, pretty good. Got some Mountain Lightning, Diet Mountain Lightning from Walmart. Let's give that a taste. I don't know. I guess it's made after Mountain Dew. It's a little too twangy a taste for me. But I thought I'd give it a try. So anyway, quite a day today. You I changed the oil in the van, and I ran into some issues, like I thought I would. Things are never simple. In my van life, things are never simple. It's always something, right? So I did my best to get everything I needed, and the oil filter was put on too tight, right, by the last place that changed the oil. So I had a little difficulty loosening the oil filter, but got it loose. But the drain plug, I mean, come on, they crank up that drain plug way too tight. It took me a good 20 minutes to get that drain plug loose. I eventually did, but there's no reason for that. Both the oil filter and the drain plug, they have to be tight, but not cranked up. I mean, I don't know why they're doing that. I don't know. But eventually I got those two things loosened up. And another issue I had was the wind. Okay, I'm out in the desert, right? And the wind's blowing, sometimes really howling. So as I was putting the oil in, the 020 oil, which is very thin, right? It's not quite the consistency of water, but almost. It's pretty thin. So the wind was blowing it around, actually blowing the oil. I had to, just a little bit. I had to mop that up a little bit. But eventually I got the oil in the engine. But you got to watch wind when you're pouring that lightweight oil, because it'll get blown around by wind. So especially when you're out in the desert, there's a lot of wind. Okay, so it was generally a good experience, a learning experience. Those three things, the oil filter just has to be tight, not cranked up. Same for the drain plug, just tight, not cranked up. And watch the wind when you're pouring the oil into the crankcase, into the funnel, into the crankcase. So, all right, so everything got done, and then you have to recycle the oil, because that's dirty, nasty stuff. Okay, you want to dispose of that correctly. So I went to a auto parts place. I'm not going to name it, but they have this. You got to sign. You got to put your name and address and all this information. What, just to recycle oil? I mean, when did that start? I mean, I don't remember having to sign a sheet, your name, address, and that stuff for just dropping off some dirty oil. So that was a little weird to me. All right, but anyway, did that, so it's disposed of correctly, and because you can't dump dirty oil. You can't dump oil in general because it destroys the environment. Okay, so don't do that. All right, it's tempting to do, but don't do it, because it will destroy the environment. That stuff's nasty. Dirty oil is nasty. So, always dispose of it properly, right? Okay, so So now I have the tools I need, for the next oil change will be much cheaper. I have the tools, and I know what filter it is. I know the oil that I need. And the biggest thing about doing it yourself, and this is a big deal, you know what's in that van or that car, okay? You put a new filter in, okay? Where you don't know what they're doing, right? You don't know when they're putting a new filter in. I mean, you could mark your old filter, but who does that? All right? So, okay, so you know what filter's in there. You know what oil is in there. You know exactly how tight the drain plug is and the oil filter, so that next time, you don't have to go crazy loosening those things up. So it's a good feeling to change your own oil on your vehicle. It's a good feeling. I realize not everyone wants to do it or can do it, so it's not a big deal. But know that when you go to an oil change place, you basically don't know what they're doing. Okay, so maybe better to learn to do it yourself, and it's it's a feeling of accomplishment. It's a good feeling. So anyway, so tomorrow's election day. Best wishes to everybody on election day, and thereafter, let's have a peaceful transition of power. No violence. People are always going to protest. They're always going to question the results, but let's keep it peaceful and show the world what a peaceful transition of power looks like. This is Rick starting over. Till next time.